friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and I'm so excited to share this week's video with you because it's a really special week. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year, and not just because we're starting fall, which is my favorite season, but because this week is actually National Banned Books Week. So between September 26th to October 2nd, we're going to be celebrating and talking about all kinds of books that have been banned in an effort to just really celebrate the freedom to read. So if you don't know, Banned Books Week, it's an annual event, and it does celebrate this freedom to read. And it spotlights current and historical bans and challenges that books have faced in the past, and in libraries and in schools. So basically, this is an event that all the bookish community comes together. So you've got librarians, teachers, booksellers, publishers, authors, but most importantly, readers just like you, to talk about these books and talk about why they've been banned and why they're really important to read and to make sure that they don't get censored. The theme for this year, which was determined by the American Library Association, is Books Unite Us and Censorship Divides Us, which is really, really apt, especially in the current social climate, right? Because sharing stories is so important, and it means that we're sharing a part of each other, right? And sharing experiences that that somebody else might not know about, and it makes them feel closer to us. It builds empathy. It's so, so important to read stories about experiences and people that are unlike us so that we have a better understanding of our world. Censorship just basically creates these barriers and creates these divisions among us. And that's why books are so important, because books break down these barriers. So I'm going to talk about two books today that have been banned in the past. And I chose these books specifically because both of them have landed on the top 10 banned list of 2020. That means in the whole year last year, these two were among the 10 that were banned the most times throughout the country. So hopefully they will be interesting, and if you haven't read them, you'll want to check them out. And even if you have read them, maybe you want to go back and reread them this week. So the first one I want to talk about is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. This book is a particular favorite of mine. I have loved this book for many, many years. And just to show a little bit of a flex right here, my copy is actually signed by Laurie Halse Anderson. It says, "Rebecca, keep speaking up." Anyway, this book, if you don't know about it already, is about a story of a high school girl who was at a party over the summer, and something terrible happened to her at that party. And since that event, she has not been able to talk. She doesn't talk to anybody. She's lost a lot of her friends. She's having some trouble at school. She's having trouble with her parents. And this book has been out long enough that I would say it's not a spoiler to say she was raped at the party. And it's basically her story of coming to terms with this. This book was a National Book Award finalist. It is an important, so important book, and it has been banned. And specifically in 2020, it's been banned a lot. And the reason it was banned is because it creates negative feelings towards male students. Yes, that is actually one of the reasons why it was banned, as well as its discussion about rape, which is something that happens, unfortunately. And, you know, yes, the male student who perpetrated this act is talked badly about, but it's because he raped somebody, not because he's male. This book it blows my mind that it still gets banned because, like I said, it's so important. The author, Laurie Halse Anderson, does so many different events, going to schools and talking with young people about, sexual violence. And it's just, this is a topic that needs to be discussed. And the whole point of it, including the title, Speak, is that you have to speak up, right? You can't keep silent. And, it's a shame that this has been banned so often, but it's a phenomenal book. If you haven't read it yet, I highly, highly recommend it. She also has another book called Shout, that's a little bit more of a personal story about herself growing up and some things that she experienced. But that's Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. The next book is All American Boys by Jason Reynolds. Love Jason Reynolds. He's one of my favorite young adult authors. He's a phenomenal person. Just in general, I had the privilege of hearing him speak before at a book convention, and he just blew me away. He's just an amazing human being overall, as well as an amazing author. He also wrote the Ghost series, the Track series. If you've read that, you might be familiar with that. This book in particular won the Coretta Scott King Honor Award. This book is absolutely fantastic, and it was one of the most banned books of 2020. And the reason for that is because it is about the harm that Black men face by police officers in this country. And that was the reason why it was banned. It was banned because specifically it promotes anti-police views, and to quote an actual reason why it was banned, it was too much of a sensitive issue. Which I don't even have words for that, honestly. So yes, this is a sensitive issue. Racial injustice is a very big topic, especially right now, and the things that happened last summer, and just the ongoing things, the ongoing violence and the ongoing struggles that Black people face. Is it a sensitive topic? Absolutely. But that's why we need to be talking about it. That's why we need to read stories from other people's points of view so we can understand where they're coming from and empathize with them and work harder ourselves to make this world a better place. Books build empathy, especially if you're reading about a character or an experience that you don't have any personal experience with, because it puts you in the shoes of somebody else. This book is phenomenal. Every single thing by this author is phenomenal. A couple of his other books have been banned in previous years as well. So if you wanted to read one specific author this week in celebration of Banned Books Week, you would not go wrong with Jason Reynolds. But in particular, this one, All American Boys, hit one of the top 10 most banned books of last year. So those are the two I want to talk to you today. There are so many other books that you would probably just not even believe that have been banned over the years. Things like Alice in Wonderland and Where the Wild Things Are, and just so many books. So it's so important to think about these things and think about how lucky we are to have these books to read, and we can't, let that be taken away from us. So this week is a celebration of that. Like I said, come on in. We've got some displays and some books set out, different banned books that you can check out in celebration of this, and hope you find them interesting. Thanks so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.